All right, looks like we may be on air. Let's find out. If you guys can hear me, go ahead and type in yes in the chat box. Let me know that you guys can hear me, and that way I know that this mic is working. All right, so let's go to this chat. All right, Darcy can hear me. Perfect. Can anybody else hear me? Who is online so far? Let's see. I'm glad at least one person can. All right, well, we're going to get started in just a minute. Looks like, let's see here. Well, welcome, Darcy. You got a thumbs up here and got some happy faces. Great. Looks like PJ's online. Got Jill as well online. Emma, what's going on? Emma, Darcy. Got a telephone number here. Not sure who that is, but awesome picture. And then there's me, obviously. So we'll go ahead and get started in just a few. All right, cool. All right, Emma can hear me, and PJ Love says hello. All right, perfect. Well, look, I want to get you guys in and out of here in about 30 minutes. So we're going to in order to do that, we got to start right on time. So with this webinar, let's see here. It looks like they got some new platform. They changed it. So things aren't where I'm used to them normally being. So bear with me here as I get this thing figured out. Okay. You guys should be able to see my screen here in just a second. It says screen share has started. So give me some feedback if you guys can see my screen here. This is way different than it used to be. So again, just bear with me. Let's see. Okay, so PJ can see it. Perfect. All right. Thank you, PJ. Got new stuff all over the place. Like, it's just like when they change these apps on you. Like, I remember where everything was, and now it's not there anymore. All right. So today, again, we're talking about, let me hide this, MyFitnessPal Mastery. So I want to share with you guys how to use MyFitnessPal so you can turn up your results and take your results to the next level. I am your fitness coach, Zach Williams here, and happy to be able to share some of this information with you. Our goal here at Max Impact Fitness is not just to give you guys awesome workouts, but we also want to give you guys the information you need to know in order to be successful. And in order to do that, that's also going to require some guidance on the nutrition side. And MyFitnessPal is one of the best tools that I know to really help you just take your game to the next level. So let's go ahead and keep going with this. So my goal for today is to share with you my top reasons why you should start using MyFitnessPal today, and also give you guys some cool tips on on things that we've learned over the years of using this. This is the one tool that can really help change everything for you. For some of you who are newer, you jumped right in and just started using it, and you've seen the results that has been able to produce for you. But for those of you who are not on the MyFitnessPal bandwagon, my goal here is to get you on this bandwagon with this call as well as with this challenge. So let's talk about it. But before I do that, I gotta stop really quick, because before I go on any further, I gotta make sure I got some action takers on the line, because this information I'm gonna give to you today, it works, but it only works if you work it. In other words, I need action behind this information. Otherwise, it's just useless information. So if you're going to take action on this information that I'm about to share with you today to help you turn up your results, then go ahead and type in the chat box action. Then I know I can move forward. Because if there's no action behind what's going to be going on today, then we may as well stop it right here and not move forward. So if you're going to take action on this information, type in action in the chat box for me. That way I know we got some action takers on the line. Good stuff. All right, so let me pop out of here really quick because I'm just not seeing what I need to see. All right, there it is. For some reason, it's not showing up on my thing. But yeah, so we got some action takers. Jill's taking action. Darcy, Emma, Kara's taking action. Pat Thomas is taking action. All right, I guess I can keep going. All right, so let's keep it moving. So action gets results like these fine folks you see here who've come through our program and not only heard this information, but they took this information and put it into immediate action. They did not wait. They didn't have to think about it. They heard it. They got it. They downloaded the app. They followed the blueprint, and boom, now they are where they are today. So that's what I want to see with you guys, because without action, then you might as well take the before picture and put it in the after spot, because most times without any action, nothing happens, right? So then the before picture just ends up being the after, which means nothing changes. But I want to see you guys see maximum change. So I need you guys taking lots of action on this information we talk about today, so we can, get some awesome results like these fine folks here. So on today's agenda, we're going to talk about Diet 101. We're going to talk about my top 6 reasons for why you should be using MyFitnessPal, kind of give you the why. And then before we do that, we're going to go over the fitness success blueprint, because that is what everything we do around here is structured around. And then I'm going to cover 6 common pitfalls. So I'm going to give you my top reasons why, but then I'm also going to give you 6 pitfalls that I see people kind of fall into once they get going using MyFitnessPal. Okay, just because you're using it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. And then we'll give you the key focuses. So you'll have a couple of key nuggets to take away from this with a quick summary, and then we'll wrap it up. So if you guys got any questions, let's go ahead and save those for the end, and I will make sure to get those answered for you. All right, let's go. So let's first talk about the fitness success blueprint. So we're going to do a quick review on this. This is just a quick high-level overview. So hopefully you guys can see my cursor here. So the very first step is setting the goal. So with this challenge, the 14-day challenge that I've already did a video on in the Facebook group, is it's a 14-day challenge. And the very first step with the challenge, I want you guys to have a goal. So I want to know what your goal is for the month of May. So if you haven't sent it over yet, make sure you send it over to info@indymaximpact.com. All right, then we got the strength training. All right, so that's getting your butt over here to boot camp on non-strength training days. All right, we want you guys to get some cardio in. We got all kinds of cool videos for you guys to do. We got the virtual cardio, so no excuses on getting your cardio. We got the Saturday boot camps, but today's focus is going to be on the eating clean and logging your food daily. And we log our food with MyFitnessPal. And, as one of the most important steps in this whole thing, and I said this in my abs presentation as well, it's the clean eating, man. This is where it's at. You want to tone up to the max. You want to see your results go to the max. Yeah, I can say, I love to say that it's just all about the workouts and that's all you need to do. But I think you guys probably already know this and would agree with me that it takes more than just great workouts to get results, because let's face it, probably over, 50 to 60% of the world is working out. But when it comes to the pure numbers of it, they say 75% of America is either overweight or obese. So it's not just about the workouts, right? So we want to share with you the other piece to the puzzle so that you guys have the maximum success here. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. The other parts is making sure you're getting your water in, a rest day or a light activity day. But on this day, I want you guys to meal prep. That way, when we meal prep ahead of time, it makes it much easier to log our food, to eat clean and be happy to log your food because you're doing great. All right. And then step 7, we're going to do our weekly wins just to stay on track. And then we have our progress parties, which we just recently done. But at the end of the month, we'll be updating your body fats and all that fun stuff. So there you go. So let's start with Diet 101. Like I said, in the blueprint, diet is by far the most important step. When it comes to abs, they're made in the kitchen. 75 or 70% diet, 30% gym. So what is Diet 101? All right, so just Diet 101. Just getting down to the basics here, y'all. 5 meals per day, breakfast, then a snack between breakfast, lunch, snack between lunch and dinner. To keep it simple for you all, anything over 250 calories, we're going to call a meal. And then anything under 250 calories, we're going to call it a snack. That way, it just makes it very, very simple as far as what's a meal, what's a snack. So what does that mean? That means anything can be a snack or anything can be a meal. You can take your meal portion, cut it in half, and then all of a sudden it's a snack. So let's say, one of your meals was salmon and broccoli. Okay, that's your meal. All right, so that's your dinner. And your deal in your dinner portion is, let's say, 350 calories worth. So let's say you cut that in half. Now it's 175 calories. Now it's in the snack. So now you can consider that a snack. So it's not necessarily about the actual food. It's about the portion and the calories, to me, that's going to make it a meal or a snack. So, snacks don't just have to be, Greek yogurt, carrots, and things like that. Now, those things obviously fit into that category because they're low in calories, but anything can be a meal as well as a snack. All right. It's just all about the amount of calories in each. All right. So with that being said, we have to prepare ahead of time. This is how we make sure we don't make bad impulse decisions throughout our day. So we have the meal plan. So I sent them to all of you guys. If you don't have it, let me know, and that way I'll get it over to you. We also have them in files in the Max Impact Fitness family page. Most of you are probably going to want to follow, unless you're just starting out, the level 2 meal plan, okay, or the level 3. All right, so with that, we got to stay within our calorie guidelines. So all of you guys should know at this point, if you're in the program, I've spoken to you about this, what your calories should be for your day. So now at this point, MyFitnessPal is just going to help you stay within that calorie budget. Okay. So in order to get these 5 meals, obviously we can't skip breakfast, right? We got to get the day started off right. But then from breakfast, we got to go to our snack, but we want to evenly space our meals out every roughly about 2.5 to 3 hours. That way, you're constantly getting nutrition peppered in throughout the day, and you're not going too long without a meal or a snack. And generally, when you go too long without meals, that's when we start making mistakes, because we got that low blood sugar, and we're not thinking with our right mind, and we make bad decisions. So this is where MyFitnessPal can really help you out. Just making sure you're getting those 5 meals a day in. But what it's really going to do is making sure that you stay within your calorie guidelines. That's the key here. All right. All right, so we'll go ahead and keep it moving. And as always, we want you to log everything. All right, all the small things, all the big things, the weekends. Let me remind everyone, MyFitnessPal does work on the weekends. So make sure that you are logging during the weekends as well. Not only on the weekends when you're doing great, but we want to see the good, the bad, the ugly, because that's all part of the process. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop back in here. So next, I'm gonna go into my my 6 top reasons for using MyFitnessPal. I say when the Max Impact Fitness Program and MyFitnessPal get together, right? When we have those 2 things in combination, amazing results happen. Amazing results happen. So it's like a match made in heaven. So we got Max Impact Fitness over here. We got MyFitnessPal over here, and then they get together, and then the baby is results. All right, you getting me on this? All right, MyFitnessPal plus our Max Impact Fitness plus MyFitnessPal equals results. All right, just like these fine folks here. Like I said before, results require action, and one of the actions I want you to take outside of just working out is making sure that we're staying within our calorie budget and logging our food in MyFitnessPal. In fact, this was actually one of our fit family members who today had posted this. I guess is out on vacation and is doing the Bachelorette thing. When she started the program, she was, it was getting ready for a wedding, and now she's out there and she's like, she's wearing a bikini and gladly explained the blueprint to her friends, right? She's sharing the blueprint with others. Why? Because it works. All right, she's down 30 pounds, out having a great time in the bikini, rocking the dress and feeling good, feeling confident. And that's what this is all about. But she didn't just do the workout. She also, stayed on track of her nutrition. And that's where, again, this MyFitnessPal is all about. And obviously, the program, the encouragement, and all those other things go into it. But look at this. I mean, the difference from here to here, 30 pounds, looking at our numbers here, 30 inches and like 10.5% body fat. So, if she can do it, guys, you guys can as well. Got our girl Kara here. And going back to Stacy real quick, she was using MyFitnessPal from jump, right? She did a couple of challenges with us and then got on the MyFitnessPal bandwagon along with the workouts, and then boom. Look at our girl Kara here who's online with us. Let me just make sure she's online with us. Kara, you on here? Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm dealing with this new app. Kara, type in yes if you're still online with us. But go back here. I mean, holy beep. First month, 4 weeks in the books. Started using FitnessPal right out the gate from day one, right? From jump. I was like, you've been using it? She's like, from jump. Down 16 pounds, 7.3% body fat and 30 inches. I mean, just like that, guys. So, man, does it work? Absolutely. I mean, she just started here a month ago. So, and I'll tell you the difference between those who see like crazy results in the beginning versus those whose results start off a little bit slower. It's really once you start digging into the nutrition, that's where the key, that's like one of the key ingredients of the change. So if I haven't convinced you guys yet, man, I don't know what else to tell you. All right, so let's make sure we're using it now. And you guys are on this call because you said I'm in on the MyFitnessPal challenge. So, you guys are action takers, and that's what it's all about. So with MyFitnessPal versus without MyFitnessPal. So without MyFitnessPal, it's kind of like shooting darts with the blindfold on, right? And then someone like spun you around, and they spun you around like 10 times. You have no idea where you're at, and then you're just kind of shooting these darts in the dark with the blindfold on. How successful will you be at a dart game when you're doing it with the blindfold on and you got spun around 10 times, right? It's really, really hard to be accurate, under those scenarios. So that's kind of how I feel it is with the nutrition without, FitnessPal. Now with FitnessPal, it's like you walk right up to the target with your arrow or your dart, and you just nicely plant it right on the bullseye. Okay. I'm guessing I'm gonna date myself a little bit here. Did any of you guys play that game Nintendo or Duck Hunt on Nintendo? Let me see if you did. If you know what I'm talking about, type in yes. I guess probably 80s babies and older. All right. So did any of you guys play that Duck Hunt game on Nintendo? Right. Yep. So like imagine like playing it like with a blindfold on and someone spinning you around. You're probably not going to be very successful. But so that's like without MyFitnessPal. Like with MyFitnessPal, it's like, remember how you used to cheat and walk up to the screen and you put the gun like right up to the duck and you take them out. That's pretty much what it's like. That's the difference, guys. So, so that's what I'm talking about here. It's the ability to be accurate when it comes to knowing if you're staying within your calorie goals or not. So let's get into my 6 reasons. Number 1, it's going to hold you accountable, right? MyFitnessPal is going to hold you accountable to all the food that you eat every day. So even if you just stop for a second and think like, should I do this or not? Like it's already working for you. If it just made you stop and think for a second, like, do I really want to do that? Versus, mindlessly consuming food without any mindfulness of your goals. So with this, you can log everything And, you know, and again, I mean everything when it comes down to logging. So let's not leave anything out, all the little knickknacks, little, you know, you eat one little starburst here and there, log all that stuff, okay? Because we want you to know that you're eating healthy. I hear so many people say, I'm eating healthy. And then I'm like, okay, great. So how many calories are you taking a day? I don't know. I eat salads. Well, I don't care if you're eating salads or you're eating bread or are eating pizza. I mean, too much of anything. You could eat too much freaking broccoli, right? It's all about calories in versus calories out. Now, obviously, you know, you can have a lot more broccoli. It's really, really hard to overeat broccoli, right? It's really, really hard to eat 1,400 calories worth of broccoli, right? You'll be so tired of it by the time you got there. Where it's a lot easier to do that in pizza because it's really high in fat. But knowing that you're eating healthy is doing the 5 meals and staying within your calorie budget. That's eating healthy to me, not necessarily the actual foods that you're eating, because at the end of the day, if you're eating high fat foods, you're going to be over your calorie budget all the time anyway. So it's going to eliminate the subjectivity when it comes to your nutrition. All right. So all of a sudden, it puts you in control of your health and your fitness and your results, rather than just it being up to chance. Just like I said, playing, you know, shooting darts in the dark. You're just kind of, you know, could you hit the target? Yeah, if you got lucky, but let's not do that. Let's do it in a way where we can get repeatable results over and over and over again. That's how you hit 100% of goal. Reason number 2, it's easy to enter your stuff in here versus like using a pen and paper. For instance, once you like put one thing in there, like it's going to be in your frequent food. So all you got to do is like do one click and then boom, it's already in there. All the calories, all the protein, all the macros, all that stuff, rather than you trying to do it on like a sheet of pen and paper. Like if you eat oatmeal, let's say for breakfast on Monday, and let's say you have it again on Friday, well, you got to re-enter that like manually, versus here, if you had oatmeal on Monday and you have it again on Friday, all it is a click a button and boom, it's in there. You can look up foods. It has a little search function here, so you can use that. You can create and store your own meals. So once you get going, it becomes very, very easy to track the foods that you're eating and track your calories, because the foods that you are commonly eating are in there. I mean, let's face it, we're not eating brand new stuff every single day, every single week. There's going to be some common foods that you eat over and over and over again. So they're already going to be in here, and it's just going to be a click of a button and boom, it's in there. They also have this little barcode scanner. So you scan a barcode and voila, it's going to automatically put the calories and all the important information of that food in there for you. Reason number 3, we have the macro wheel. The macro wheel is another important piece. You may not understand what it is yet, but let me kind of put you onto it. The macro wheel is basically what percentage of your calories comes from carbohydrates, which is the blue, what percentage comes from protein, and then what percentage comes from fat. So this is the macro wheel. If you're in FitnessPal on like an iPhone, you just look at underneath your diary, you'll see it'll say nutrition right at the bottom. It's a little button, you click it, and then boom, this guy will pop up. So you want to look at that macro wheel. If you're not using one of those an iPhone or one of the Apple devices on the Droids, you just click on this little guy right here. All right, so ideally we want 40-40-20. So you can go ahead and just adjust your goals within FitnessPal, and that's what you want to shoot for. Now, are you going to get it perfect every day? Probably not, but if you can get there, that means your protein is going to be exactly where you need it to be. Your complex carbs, when I say carbs, I'm not talking simple carbs. I'm talking complex carbs, sweet potatoes, brown rice, oatmeal, things like that. Those are the things you want to be consuming when it comes to carbohydrates, and obviously lots of vegetables. When it comes to carbohydrates, you want to try and limit the starchy carbs at night. So you want to have them like for breakfast, for lunch, and then start to taper them off toward the end of the day. So then at the end of the day, maybe you're having, protein, like let's say, a lean chicken breast and like some veggies, right? And kind of leave the brown rice and those type of things out at night, because you don't really need the energy at night like you do earlier in the day. So that's how, ideally we want you to be fueling your body. Coming up next. So Uh, so to give you an example of what an awesome wheel would look like, it would look a little something like this, right? Now, again, in the beginning, your wheels just aren't gonna, they're probably not gonna look like this. It's hard to nail them in the beginning, but as you start to do it more and more, you'll start to figure out how to get the wheel working in your favor. So this is how I like to look at it, okay? So if we have the high protein with the high complex carbohydrates with low fat, what happens is, just like with this Pac-Man here, right? With these two, our complex carbs and our protein help us eliminate the fat. See how it kind of has an open mouth? So if we turn this, actually, let me see if I can do that real quick. If we turn this bad boy sideways, kind of see the resemblance to the Pac-Man. So the protein, if we got the high protein with the complex carbs, we get to eat the red stuff, which is the fat. So that's what you want to kind of give you a visual reference. That's what we're looking for, okay? If that is making sense to you all, just do me a quick favor and type in yes in the chat box. That way I know you guys are with me as we're rocking this thing out. Bingo. All right. Kathy, Emma's good. All right. Jill's with me. Perfect. All right. So we're going to keep it going. So that is the macro wheel. That's one of the, and it's hard to imagine trying to calculate macros by hand. That would be quite the job. PJ Lowe's with me. Perfect. So we're going to keep it moving, guys. All right. Reason number 4, knowing your true calorie intake. Again, we're not guessing, right? Are you really eating 1,350 calories or are you just guessing? Well, with MyFitnessPal, we get to take all the guesswork out. We get to put in, all the foods as we're eating them and get a pretty accurate, number at the end of the day. It's probably not gonna be 100% accurate because, it's really hard to be when not everything's gonna be 100%, but damn it, is going to get you a lot more accurate than not doing it, okay? It's going to get you a lot better results than not doing it, okay? So let's eliminate the guesswork. Most folks, a lot of times will underestimate their calories and overestimate the calories that they burn. And then, when they're looking at their results, they're like, man, it's just not what I was expecting, right? So this way we can know how many calories we at least are consuming. And if you wear one of those heart rate monitors or something like that, then you can know how many calories you're burning. And then again, it's just a numbers game. It's calories in versus calories out. It makes things a lot simpler, okay? And then reason number 5, we can get repeatable results, right? We know what kind of workouts we're doing. That's constant. We're getting our butts to boot camp. Great. Now we're consistently logging. So now we're consistently staying within our calorie budget. Let's say we're consistently getting, 1,375 calories a day, just day after day. Weekdays through weekends. All right. Now we're being consistent with our workouts. We're being consistent with our nutrition. And then boom, we can be consistent with our results. Right. And it's not like one week I get great results and the next week is something different. We can do this week in and week out until you get 100% of goal. And then we go into the maintenance phase. Right. So consistency, being able to be consistent with it is the key, because I don't want you to have 1 week of great results and then, plateau in the next week. Which brings me to reason number 6, helps you break plateaus. Because, again, if our workouts are constant, then we can easily determine what may be holding your results back. Okay. We can bring awareness to foods that, may not be helping you. Okay. Small little tweaks here and there can make a huge difference. So generally, if we're like, man, I'm hitting a plateau, I'm not sure what's going on, the first thing I'm going to say is, let me see your MyFitnessPal, because 9 times out of 10, that is where, your missing results lie. All right. And then, a lot of times it's like, well, all right, here it goes. Oh, well, I missed Saturday because we went here. And then, Sunday was that ball game. And it's like, all right, well, let's just get back on the ball and we'll be good. And then we can monitor things from there. Usually after a week, they start to see those numbers turning around. So it really helps break any plateaus that you may see. Okay. Now let's go over the 6 common pitfalls. Let's talk about what not to do. Okay. When it comes to using MyFitnessPal, and this is how you should not exercise your kiddo as well. Although I may be guilty of that. Just kidding. You exercise your kiddos like this. All right. So before I go into the pitfalls, let me make sure you guys understand that are you guys with me on my six reasons for using it? Let me just make sure you guys are still with me here. Type in got it, or just type in got it if you guys understand my 6 reasons why. And I know you guys are in this challenge, so we're going to be using it and rocking it out. Jill's got it. Emma's got it. PJ's got it. Darcy's got it. Cool. All right, let's keep going. All right, so what not to do. All right, what not to do. Pitfall number 1, not logging during the weekend. I alluded to this earlier. MyFitnessPal works on the weekends just as well as it does on the weekdays. So let's not stop logging on the weekends, even if you eat, a whole bag of cookies or whatever. Just put it in there. One of the things like MyFitnessPal allows you to do, it kind of allows you to have this cause and effect. Like, okay, I worked out like this and I ate like this and this is the result I got. Okay, that was great. And then maybe one week I worked out like this, but I ate not the best. And this was the result I got. Maybe, I left a pound on the table that I could have lost. So at least like, if I do these things, again, it goes back to the repeatable results. If I do this, this, and this, I get results. If I do this, this, and this, my results are where I want them to be. So remember, FitnessPal works on the weekends. This is probably more so when you need accountability, probably more so on the weekends than the weekdays. So don't let the weekends ruin your progress. You fight hard during the week for your results. So let's use the weekends to keep them. If not, even get even more results. Okay. MyFitnessPal pitfall number 2, spotting like this guy over here. Don't do that. All right. Using MyFitnessPal and the macro wheel goals that they already have set up for you. Okay. So MyFitnessPal is a very general app. It gives you great general information. Millions of people use it, but I want you guys to use the specific goals that I gave you based on your goal. So make sure you adjust your calorie intake, because a lot of times it'll have you at like some people. I've seen people having them as high as like 1,800 calories. Unless you're in a maintenance phase, that ain't gonna work. So make sure you make those adjustments, adjust your calorie intake goal, and then also adjust those macros as well. Usually MyFitnessPal doesn't recommend enough protein, in my opinion. So adjusting your macros will make sure your protein goals and all that stuff are where they need to be. MyFitnessPal is not your trainer. So again, it gives you general recommendations. So use the specific goals I gave you, which are specific to your specific goals. All right. Pitfall number 3, don't consume your workout calories. A lot of times when you enter your fitness stuff into MyFitnessPal, it gives you extra calories. It's like, all right, it'll be like, let's say your goal is 1,300 calories. And then all of a sudden you put in your workout, says you burn 500 calories. Now MyFitnessPal is saying, okay, well, you're good to have like 1,800 calories now. So don't do that. Your goal for your calories is your goal. Like, do not change it based on your exercise, unless you're like training for marathons. That's the only time we make adjustments. Other than that, your workouts. Again, for many of you on this call, your goal is to lose and burn fat. You want to burn the maximum amount of fat, means you got to have the largest calorie deficit, which will turn into more results for you, right? Because remember, 3,500 calories is a pound. So, if we have a 500 calorie deficit every day, then that means there's 1 pound of fat. But what if we had a 500 calorie deficit every day, but then you ate an extra 500 calories because those are the days you worked out, where all of a sudden now we lost that deficit. So do not consume your workout calories. Again, if you have special circumstances because you're running a marathon or things like that, or a half marathon, then speak to me, and I'll make sure we make some adjustments for you so you'll have the energy to run those long races. All right, MyFitnessPal tip or pitfall number 4, not logging the little bites. All right, log everything, all the little bites. I'm telling you, those little those little 5 calorie, 10 calories, 30 calories here and there that you think don't matter, they matter. All right. Especially for women, when you guys are working from a 1,500 calorie, for a lot of you guys, or less calorie budget. So, if you, have and I know with a lot of women, it's like, the kids have they eat their breakfast and they leave the waffle, and you're like, well, I don't want to throw it away, so I'm gonna just smash on this waffle real quick. And that little waffle is an extra, even though it's like, a quarter of a waffle is like 50 calories. Well, if you do that like, 2 or 3 times a day, well, you're talking an extra 150 to 200 calories, where there's one of your snacks completely gone, right? Or you didn't log it, so now you think you're in your calorie budget, but you're not really in budget, and wondering why your numbers aren't happening or aren't looking the way you want them to. So make sure you guys log every single bite, log the small things. They do add up. Pitfall number 5. Blindly accepting MyFitnessPal food info. Okay, so sometimes, like for instance, here we have a fajita chicken, right here, 3 ounces, 110 calories. And then we have a fajita chicken wrap down here, which is like, over 1,000 calories. So we got a fajita chicken here. Then we got another one. I mean, look at that variance. I mean, that's like 1,000 calories of variance here. So, the rule of thumb is don't always pick the lowest one unless that's the one that you actually have. But you also don't want to pick, the one that's way, out in left field. If this were me, I'd probably pick, if we're looking at, the fajita chicken, for instance, let's say you're at a restaurant, maybe like the 420 option or something like that. But definitely don't go for the lowest one unless you absolutely know. It's better to be conservative and, be shocked later on, that it was less than you put in, than, be like be, way underestimate, and then all of a sudden, realize that it was way more. So, just be conservative. If you have many options, maybe pick one in the middle, and that'll be the best one. But don't pick the lowest one all the time, because that may not be it. Okay, this is a tool. Is not 100% accurate all the time, but again, it's going to be way more accurate than not using it at all. It's just this is a tool that's going to help you, but it's not going to do all the work for you. All right. Pitfall number 6. Stop logging after initial success. And I'm speaking to everyone, but I know I got some new folks on the call here. And I'm speaking to you when it comes to this. Okay. Consistency is going to be key. I've seen, I see it happen where people see initial success and they're using the MyFitnessPal, and then they're like, yes, I got this, I'm eating the same thing anyway, blah, blah, blah. And then they stop doing it. And then all of a sudden, those little things that you were picking up aren't getting picked up anymore. Your mindset when it comes to, should I be eating this or should I not be, is completely different. You're not thinking before you eat it. You're not thinking about your goals, and all that stuff goes out the window. And then all of a sudden your results starts to slow down. So this is probably one of the biggest ones, especially for our new folks, but even for some of our veterans. We are what we consistently do. Excellence is therefore not an act, but a habit. So once you get this habit going, keep it going. The only time I'm going to, allow you to give you a pass on this is when you hit 100% a goal. Then you have proven to me that, you have mastered it, and then, you can start taking shortcuts. But let's not start taking shortcuts, right out the gate, after a couple of weeks of initial success. Let's use this all the way until we hit 100% a goal. We're happy, we're proud, we're all those things. And then we can start taking some shortcuts, but no shortcuts until we've made it to the destination and back. And then you can start to take shortcuts because you know how to navigate your way through. But in the beginning, we're not there yet. So let's not get cocky too early. Okay. All right. So with all that being said, Let me give you guys a couple of key focuses. All right, just to boil this whole presentation down for you. All right, so the 3 things I need you to focus on. All right, with week 1 of this challenge is this guy right here, this middle screen right here, which is staying within your calorie budget. So if you haven't already been noticing it on the Max Impact family page, people are already posting. So if you need some samples, there you go. But focus on staying within your calorie budget. That's week 1. All right, and then just be consistent. Let's do it day in, day out. This is only a 14-day challenge, guys. You guys can do anything for 14 days. So just, even when you don't feel like doing it, just do it. I want to show you the results that you are capable of. All right, so this is our focus in week 1, all right, and being consistent. And then in week 2, we're going to do this because we're going to have that nailed because we've been doing it in week 1. And then in week 2, we're getting this guy right over here. All right, we're going to start getting that will. We're going to start adding that will to it. All right, so we're going to start here, step A, then step B. This is week 2, and then through all of it, let's just be consistent and we'll be money. All right, so in summary, quick review. Today we went over the Max Impact Fitness Success Blueprint. We did a quick overview there, and then we went over Diet 101, which is 5 meals a day, stay within your calorie budget, log everything. And then we talked about why MyFitnessPal is important and why you should be using it. I gave you my top 6 reasons. Number 1 is going to help hold you accountable for everything that you're consuming. Easy entry versus pen and paper, the macro wheel. And then it's all about knowing, that you're actually eating healthy and not just guessing about it. Then we can get those repeatable results and break any plateaus if we ever come across those. And then, the pitfalls, things not to do. Not logging during the weekend, so make sure not to fall into that trap. Using the MyFitnessPal goals that's already set in there for you, so go ahead and do that tonight. Adjust those goals. If you need help, let me know. And don't consume your workout calories, although the best thing to probably do is just at the end of the night, enter your workout calories if you want to do that. Okay, that way it doesn't throw you off. And then not logging the little stuff. Also blindly accepting the MyFitnessPal food info. Use some, try and use it within your reason. Don't just take the lowest calorie one and just go with that. And then definitely don't do this. Don't stop logging after initial success. All right, we want you guys to be successful long term, and in order to do that, we have to be consistent. So let's not take any shortcuts until we hit 100% of goal. All right. So again, my 3 focuses for you guys: be consistent, stay within your calorie allowance in week 1. If you want to start doing the macro wheel right away, that's cool, but that's not going to be your focus in week 2. Let's take it one step at a time. For my seasoned vets that are on this call, you already know what time it is. You need to be using that, getting that wheel on right away. All right. So MyFitnessPal plus my Max Impact Fitness equals results. When we put them together, the baby is results. And that's what I want to see for you guys, just like these fine folks here, because I know you guys are all capable of it. We got this 14-day MyFitnessPal challenge happening right here, right now. Make sure you guys get your information posted today. Just take a little screenshot of that diary page, like I showed you guys earlier, which would be this page right here. That's what we need to see. And then post that in the Max Impact Fitness family page. You'll see other people already doing it. And then just make sure to use the right hashtag, MyFitnessPal, our hashtag MFP day 1 through MFP day 14 when we get to the last day of the challenge. All right, that is it. Go ahead and start typing in your questions. As I transition over to that, I want to thank you all for taking the time out to join me here tonight to get some information on MyFitnessPal. I am planning to do a follow-up to this to show you guys some tips on how to enter meals, because I know that is a struggle for some people when you're doing your meal prep and you're making stuff in bulk. So that's going to be a follow-up to this. I want to get you guys as well versed on this app as possible. So if you don't already have it, download it, start using it, and join us in this challenge. Bingo. All right, so let me see if there's any questions, and then we'll go ahead and jump off. All right, so it looks like everyone's got it. Any questions before we head out? Has any of you done your post already, or are you getting ready to do it now? given it's almost 9 o'clock. You guys posting? Maybe you guys already done. I don't know. Not yet, but I will. All right, getting ready to. We'll post soon. All right, perfect. Already did. Darcy's already on it. Still need to track first. All right, so let's go ahead and it's your first day on it, Emma. So just go ahead and rehash what you had for the day. I know you got on this like late in the game, so just do the best you can on your first day. So long as you guys post something, we'll be looking at it, and we'll be helping you guys out as best we can. But you will, so perfect. All right, well, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down. Go ahead and start posting tonight. Remember to use hashtag. Let me go ahead and type it in here for you guys. MFP Day 1. That's your hashtag for tonight. So go ahead and do that. And I will see you guys here at the next boot camp. Thanks for joining me. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Good night.